Well, I wanted to come back with a 3-year review on the Bakou cargo e-bike trailer. I know some of you have asked, how's the trailer today? What does it look like? Does it look torn up? Is it beat up? Whatnot? Well, first and foremost, I want to share with you the trailer still looks solid and the wheels are solid. And if you don't think I utilize this trailer much, then you're absolutely wrong. Here's why I picked this trailer. When I first purchased this particular trailer, okay, there was no one else on the internet, on YouTube, that were using this trailer for biking. Now, Bakou is a company that sells e-bikes, very good e-bikes, expensive ones at that. And I can't afford it. I wish they would send me one out because I'd love to review it because of the things that I do. But Bakou, if you ever come across this video, think about sponsoring me or collaborating with me. In the meantime, let's talk about this trailer. The company is absolutely wonderful. Their customer service is bar none, hands down, absolutely fabulous, 100%. When I got this trailer, and I've seen some reviews over the last year about this trailer, inflating the wheels and the wheels blowing out on them. Well, that happened to me too, but that's a defect. I contacted Bakou. They immediately sent me a new, not only a new rubber that goes inside tube, but the actual wheel itself. Okay. And I sent them the old one back. Okay. They sent me a return postage. I sent it right back to them. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty. It worked perfect. Now I will suggest do not inflate these to the maximum that it asks for. Don't do it. I don't even do that with my e-bikes because I just don't trust it. Okay. I always, leave about 3 to 4 PSI before I get to the maximum. Anywho, this has a kickstand. You have an arm that's attached on the bottom that connects to your rear of your bike. Let me show you that. There's the mechanism right here. And if you ever want to purchase your adapters, you go through Robert Axle, okay? And all the e-bikes, they're not all the same. So the axles may be different sizes, but Robert Axle is really, really good. Okay, back to this. Number one. This has a weight capacity of 150 to 200 pounds. I've packed it up to 150 pounds, weighed it, and it was 153.2 pounds. It tracked perfectly. I've attached this to my Hemi weight. As you can see, the attachment is still there. I've attached it to my A8 and my A9 Anioki. But I attached this to my cargo bike, and that's really why I bought it, for my cargo bike, non-electric. And I got cargo bikes indoors. I can show you. Give me a second. Now it's a little messy in here. This is my pantry, but there's one right there. That's made by Yuba Mundo, called the Combi. Now again, this thing tracks perfectly. It does come with some extensions, some wheel extensions, so the wheels can sit out further for better stability and trackability, okay? But once again, 150 to 200 pounds of max capacity. And make sure that when you're putting heavier items in your cart, the heavier items go towards the front, 60% of the weight, and 40% in the back. If you happen to do what I do, then let me share that with you too. Most of you are going to carry some sort of portable power station because once again, you're either going camping or you're going to use this as an emergency preparedness wagon. And you can do that with an e-bike, I suggest. But you can do it with a manual without doubt, with not having a lot of the problems that an e-bike is associated with, such as recharging your battery. But make sure if you carry a system like this and you need to recharge your e-bike's battery, make sure you got the enough wattage and the amperage that'll go along with charging your battery up. I want you to look really close. This is the wrong way to set your power station inside your wagon. You see the controls there? This is the front. This is all metal here. So it bangs against that. It can break these controls. Turn it around the opposite way. Another thing, you see the bottom here? You see that metal? Yeah, metal bottom. Do yourselves a favor. Here's a wagon I'll talk to you about very soon, but it came with 2 large pieces of this foam right here. You see how thick that foam is? I cut it to size for this one, and the other piece, I'm going to cut it to size for this one. You want some foam on the bottom. Once again, you want to try to protect your sensitive equipment. 60% of the weight up front, and the rest back there. And you can actually turn this sideways because it fits. That'll give you more cargo, more real estate to put other things. But this wagon made by Bakou, when I purchased it, like I stated before, it was the best wagon you can possibly buy. And still today, it's the best wagon. I do got one in China I've seen, and that thing is huge. But you can't get them here. And if you can get them here, you're going to have to go through a lot of red tape just to get it here. But that thing looks like, oh my goodness, if I can get my hands on that, things will change. Because the weight capacity on that particular type of wagon, it's got to be closer to about 600 to maybe 800 pounds. But anywho, I'm going to keep trying, and I'll let you folks know it. Until next time, this is how you pack your wagon, making sure you obey all of your local laws when pulling a wagon. Make sure you carry a flag similar to the ones that Burley has. And yes, I do have a Burley trailer. I refuse to use it. It has a false bottom. But you can get those flags from any store, okay? And you can mount them on to the rear of your bike. How I do that? PVC pipe. Small PVC pipe mounted on, put a couple of plumber rings around it to mount it to the frame, and put it in the back, of course. And then just drop your flag right in there, and you're good to go. It's always best to have a flag that's going to fit the PVC pipe, and also make sure it sticks up to about 5 feet above the actual trailer. Remember, when riding with the trailer hooked onto your bike, your speed should not go past 35 miles an hour. That's for the stability of the trailer and the safety of the rider on the road. Avoid accident at all costs, but this is a great way to get around. And if you have a long distance e-bike that has enough battery power and powerful motors, like the A9 or the A8, even the single motor direct drive from Anioki, it'll do the same thing because it has a long battery range. This is a 52 volt, 70 amp. But they're coming with the 60 volt, 70 amp, 70 volt, 72 volt, and upwards of amperage. The bottom line is you can do it. Until next time, stay tuned for part 2.